168 hours. That's how many hours you have in a week. How is it that some people stretch their time into everything they want, while others lose most of it to their phone without even noticing? By the end of this video, you know exactly where every single hour of your week goes, and more importantly, what to actually do about it once you know. For the next 7 days, you're gonna track every single hour of your life. Because the version of your week that's in your head and the version that is happening are almost never the same thing. Break your day down for me. What do you do every day? I have sleep. Phone time, yes, it has its own category. Work, exercise, friends, you get the point. Here's a screenshot of the categories I use. You don't need more than 20 categories because it only gets crazy when you try to split exercise into walking, gym, yoga, swimming. Keep it stupidly simple. In the end, it really just depends how much detail you want to see later. How often do you want to check in? You basically have 3 options. Every single second, every 30 minutes, or hourly. If you're not sure what you should do, here's what I would recommend. Go hourly if you don't want this to consume your whole day, and a rough, this probably took me an hour is enough. You just want to see the bigger picture. Go with 30 minutes if you want it to have a little bit more precisely. And if you're going with option 3, by the second, this is basically like a full-time job because you're gonna switch categories every single time when you change what you're doing. I mean, imagine going to the gym and forgetting to switch categories from phone to gym. And then you go home and accidentally see that you just tracked 1.5 hours of phone time and you're like, no, I was not a couch potato. Fix that. Just pick one thing and stick with it. And here's a little cheat code that makes tracking way easier. If you have a sleep schedule, congratulations by the way, add it as a routine. You have a hot yoga class every Friday from 6 to 7. Why would you track that every single week? Just create a routine. If you work Monday to Friday from 9 to 12 and then from 1 to 5, add a routine. Boom, you never need to time track that again. Well, unless you quit your job, but don't worry if you don't know your routines yet. That's half the point of why we're tracking in the first place, because after a couple of weeks you start noticing them yourself. Now it's time to start tracking it. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, the planning phase is over. Now we need to go out and live our lives. Tragic, I know. Let me show you how I do it so you just have some kind of reference. I ended up going hourly. I used to track by the second, but honestly, once you have your routine set up, you don't need that level of detail anymore. Usually I track things after they happen, not before. So let's say for example, I want to take a walk. So I kind of roundabout already know it's gonna be like an hour, maybe 50 minutes, but the 10 minutes are gonna add up somewhere else. I probably spend 5 minutes in total on that whole thing every day. It's really not that deep. If you're not sure which category something belongs in, here's an example. Let's say you want to lay down and read a book. Is that relaxation now, or is that a hobby? I don't know, I just go with whatever feels right in the moment. Usually it's hobbies. There's no wrong answer here, just track it somewhere and stop procrastinating. If you're the kind of person that overthinks everything, this is gonna be your favorite part of the video. Look at your stats. I'm gonna show you mine, but keep in mind that I've been tracking since February, so it's been more than 6 months. So if you've only been tracking for 7 days, yours probably gonna not look that detailed. Let's take sleep for example. Overall, my sleep went down a little over time. If you're wondering what happened in week 27, I don't know. Some mysteries are not meant to be solved. This is exactly the kind of pattern you're looking for, something you want to change, so in my case I'm going to turn that into a goal. Friends is all over the place, up, down, up, down. What is wrong with week 27? I see a pattern here, and it feels like if I keep going like this, I will be 80, having 10 cats, no husband. I need to rethink my life. Anyway, the goal I added, at least 4 hours a week of quality time with friends. This is basically the whole thing about time tracking. Once you have those tracked hours, you're gonna see things you want to improve that you didn't saw before. You could compare your sleep to your work ratio, see if there's a good balance there, or if you're working way more than you're sleeping. It could be you noticing you're spending way too much time on your phone right after waking up or right before bed. So a goal you could set yourself would be to replace that with hobby time instead. If your time tracking tool doesn't already show you stats like these, you could also export all your data, and if you're comfortable, go to AI and say, hey, please, I have this, look at it and analyze it for me and tell me if you see any patterns. If you want to use the same tool as I do, I'm gonna link below. You can switch between light mode, dark mode, or this scrapbook look. Track in stars, blocks, or lines. There are more than 11 different stats you can look at, all in different forms. I actually built this tool myself because no other app gave me the analytics I wanted to see. You know what comes next. You need to start. So if you're gonna try this for the next 7 days, comment the word doodly doo so I know you're cool. You're only cool if you're gonna do that. Let me know how it went, what you found out about yourself, and if those 7 days of tracking your time changed something in your life. Bye!